The following contains clips from Disney Pixar's Cars on the Road.
Hello and welcome to Cars of the Wild. Deep in a dark forest, we come across a group of off-road hunters, searching for a mysterious creature. However, the group underestimates their foe. As the cocky red mobile gets isolated from the pack, the hidden creature can finally make its move. The creature's engine grumbling at the thought of catching fresh prey. But then again, we haven't met this creature. Perhaps its favorite food isn't red metal. Perhaps it's gas browns and eggs, or some fresh tuna car. Or maybe it simply feeds on the thrill of the hunt. Let's watch. And there it is! It's Bigfoot! It's dark, but it's clear to me that it's a carnivore through and through. That kind of intimidation is not built on sticks as sustenance. It's pure, unadulterated fear. Our monster races with adept skill, flying through the trees with the vigor of a gymnast or a teen vampire. Cornered but agile, the red mobile turns to make a daring escape. Flight kicks in, speed kicks in. Hopefully he doesn't hit that tree. Oh, goodness! Well, I suppose we have learned who can survive on a strict diet of sticks. And with that revelation, we will see you next time on Cars of the Wild. Hello, and welcome back to Cars of the Wild. In today's episode, we will be hunting, stalking, finding, and admiring the biggest creatures to ever walk the earth. In order to find our massive friends, we must travel back to prehistoric times, when primitive creatures such as these two may have roamed the planet. They use their stony skeletal structure to feel vibrations in the Earth's crust and detect potential threats. Ah, a threat. Right on time. And although a creature should be running away with fear, it is mesmerizing to see such an enormous creature up close. But there was a saying back in the Stone Age, curiosity destroyed the red car. Or perhaps it was something else. It's a good thing this little red car brought back up the brown creature. And though he may be small, he has evolved with a weapon the monstrous creature doesn't have, a swingy tow hook attached to his buttocks. The red car lands gracefully and the two creatures zoom for their lives. But just when we think it's safe for our cars, nature does the dirty work for us. Our creatures drive off as fast as their stones can manage. In a panic, the small brown creature uses his buttock hook to pull out the red mobile, swinging and thrashing around in hopes of besting these beasts. Well, if monster and prey are both going down, at least it has been a team effort. Perhaps they can hash it out at the bottom. And that's it for this prehistoric episode of Cars of the Wild. Hello, and welcome to Cars of the Wild. Today we are exploring what happens when our red and brown creatures encroach on unknown territory, accidentally encountering a group of carbarians in the process. Being led to their grave initiation, the red and brown creatures must band together to find a way to escape their precarious situation. A deadly obstacle course designed to break any car not strong enough to join their ranks. The leader of this pack of brutes emerges, signaling go time. But here we are, following our red and brown creatures, seeing them weave and bob and dodge in barely enough time to remember to breathe. And in every second the creatures avoid becoming the star dish at a Sunday barbecue, there are hundreds, no, perhaps thousands, of cars gathering underneath, watching their performance, rooting for them to be sliced in half by the edge of a razor blade, cheering and shouting, and where did everybody go? Excuse me. Our creatures cruise out to see their newly minted brethren heading off to something much more pressing. What impeccable timing! While the herd is distracted, our two heroes try to make a speedy exit, only to be immediately caught again and thrown into the front lines of battle instead. Don't worry, we will spare you the grotesque reality of a gassy battlefield this time. Hopefully our red and brown mobile friends will live to drive another day on Cars of the Wild. Hello, and welcome once more to Cars of the Wild. Before you lies the majestic, natural beauty of the salt flats. But look closer and you'll see another side of nature. The potter says, "I'm faster than you are." Observe as the red creature scans the horizon. The keen-eyed viewer will detect that this automobile is looking for something. The opportunity to prove that he is the alpha. Their chassis wiggle in anticipation of action. They begin to provoke one another by slapping back and forth with their circles of rubber. And then, boom! Like a volcano erupting, he blasts ahead, leaving the other in the dust. The red mobile rushes ahead, taking the lead. The brown creature bushes past his competitor, spins around and flaunts his natural beauty. Our two competitors must come to a stop to catch their breath. But like all animals, our creatures' heightened senses alert them to the presence of something else. Unaware, they are about to discover that no matter how fast you are, there's always something faster than you. Another episode, another life lesson. See you all next time on Cars of the Wild. Welcome back to Cars of the Wild. Now, viewer, you may ask why you see a circus before you and not some great natural beauty. But rest assured, there are few places truly wilder than a circus. We searched high, wire, and low for this pack of clowns, fascinated by their absurd habits. But as we observe from the comfort of our viewing devices, the red mobile recoils in fear, knowing deep in his engine that the true clown might be the one who drops their guard. Behold the flying clown car! Watch as he bounces light as a feather yet heavy as steel. Oh, and this peculiar spinning act, we can only imagine what drives them to this. And witness this tiny two-pronged creature tossing the others around like simple scrap metal. In nature, looks can truly be deceiving. And while some sense no danger, the most cautious cars see this spectacle for what it truly is. Oh, but this is exciting! Cars and planes putting aside their natural differences and working together. Bravo! As these majestic creatures fall from the sky, they reveal intense plumage to ward off predators. But should you find yourself distracted by such shows of nature, it may already be too late to discover that it was all an act. Well, that's enough of a spectacle for today. See you next time on Cars of the Wild. Welcome back to another episode of Cars of the Wild. Sibling rivalry is common across many different species, but cars take it to a whole new level. Now you must be thinking, that rusty truck and that luxury car can't possibly be related. They look nothing alike. To which I say, haven't you ever heard of fraternal twins? They might have different paint jobs, but these wheeled wonders share a rivalry as deep as their familial bond. And here we have the yellow coupe fulfilling her role. Without a proper mediator in the pack, these cars would be at each other's throttles. Now this is a rare sight indeed. Two cars perched in a tree like a pair of parakeets. There's more to these vehicular oddities than meets the eye. Look at this, a car flying through the air like a beetle. Yes, top marks. Now this one is guzzling gallons of motor oil. The tank on that one. This species may lack opposable thumbs, but they won't let that get in the way of a good competition. In fact, cars are remarkably crafty with their tires, using them for everything from jumping to climbing to good old roughhousing. Things are really starting to heat up here. This is a house of cards just waiting to crumble. Literally. We are entering the final stage of this competition. A staring contest. Who will it be? Who will become the new pack leader? Oh, dadgum, how the mighty Mater hath fallen. Looks like our blue car is the new alpha. She must be happier than a tornado in a trailer park, as any wild car would say. Be sure to join us next time on Cars of the Wild. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Cars of the Wild, Halloween edition. Tonight we venture into the Destiny Hotel, home to the fearsome ghost cars. Watch as the spectral sedans stalk their unsuspecting prey. These fickle cars have a funny habit of ghosting, literally, if you catch my drift. Deeper we descend into the Destiny Hotel, where new mysteries lurk around every corner. Look, a palindrome! Some ghost cars have been known to use clever wordplay to puzzle and perplex their prey. It appears to be working on this red car here. He is disoriented in this unfamiliar maze. It is only a matter of time before he comes hood to hood with the terrible twins. These ghost cars feed off the fear they instill into their victims' V8 engine. Marvel in horror as these doom buggies float around with beady red eyes. The red car tries to run, but he's stuck. A clever trap set by the twins. If our friend here can't escape soon, he may float too. Just in the nick of time, the red car flees. But this hotel is home to all sorts of floating flora and fauna. Perhaps this elevator will lift his spirits. Elevators are their own unique ectoplasmic ecosystems, and as our red friend will soon discover, they are home to hidden stores of antifreeze. Why antifreeze? Anthropologists say this substance does wonders for a ghost car's chilly old engine. But it won't help when you're frozen in terror. Now we arrive at the infamous ballroom, a sort of watering hole for all kinds of automotive apparitions. Here we can observe the ghost car in its natural habitat. For these happy haunts, the afterlife is a never-ending dance party. Witness this friendly ghost socializing with our red car by taking him on a spin. This is a sign of great respect in the world of ghosts, but to the uneducated, it is a terrifying display of centrifugal force. Oh no, this is not good. Our red friend has found himself in the presence of the most sinister ghost car of all. The Wraith Rod! This horrifying hot rod burns with the fire of 1,000 SUVs, and his exhaust pipes emit a ghastly green glow. Our red race car can run, but in the end, the Wraith Rod catches up with us all. Well, I dare you to get some shut-eye after that terrible trip. We'll see you next time on Cars of the Wild.